Today I'm going to show you how to identify the 5 cities of Laos. And first I'll just show you all these cities. And okay, so first one that has coverage is Luang Prabang. It's in center north part of Laos. Next we have the capital city, which is Vientiane here. We have Vang Vieng, beautiful city. Next we have Savannakhet, which is here. And finally Pakse. And these are the only cities that have coverage. And before we do some practice, I'll have you look at some of these locations so it'll be easier to identify later. Okay, so let's just choose a couple locations here. So if you can see, Luang Prabang has very covered hills. They have lots of vegetation and forestry on them. Luang Prabang also has these very dark red roofs. They have this roof rack on the car, and usually the mirrors up front are visible. Laos has yellow front license plates that goes for the whole country. Luang Prabang also has a lot of palms. You'll always see a lot of palms around here. And here's like the shopping district of Laos. If you go down this road, you're right on the Mekong River. As you can see, this is a very identifiable location. You just click somewhere on this road, and 99% of the time, you'll get almost a 5K. Okay, next city, my favorite city personally, is Vang Vieng. And all the coverage is located in the south part of the city, so never click up here if you want to maximize your points. And everywhere in the city, you see this beautiful landscape with these very jutting mountains, as you can see here. This one isn't a very good image, but I'll go down the road a bit here, and you can see them. See, very distinguishable and recognizable jutting out mountains. They have all of these cool formations here. Okay, next is the capital city, Vientiane, and this is very easily recognizable because you have no car, no roof rack and no front mirrors. So if you see that, just immediately send Vientiane and you'll get a good score. There are a bunch of roads that you can learn individually. For example, this one right here is concrete divided. It doesn't really have these like lampposts, so you can just send here. Another one of these roads is somewhere out here. I think this one. Yeah, you can learn all these roads on Plunket. Plunket will be in the description of this video, and you can learn that on your own time. Okay, next is Savannakhet. It's a very dry city, again on the Mekong. It has a lot of whitish type soil, not too many palms, and there's no mountains in all of Savannakhet. As you can see, it's completely flat. So if you don't see any mountains, it's pretty dry. Send Savannakhet confidently. Finally, we have Pakse. In my opinion, one of the most easily recognizable cities besides Vientiane because of this red soil color, as you can see. If you see it being tropical, and it's tropical obviously because it's near the equator, and you have this very distinctive red soil. This isn't a very good example here. As you can see, this very distinctive red soil here. That's a good example. Then you can immediately send Pakse and you're good to go. You get this road a lot, the 38, and it's pretty recognizable as it's divided and you see all these mountains around you. So just line up the road angle if you think you're on the 38, maybe you'll get a perfect score. Okay, now let's do some practice on the last map. We'll play 3 games, and yeah, hopefully you learn something. So immediately, no roof rack here, so we can send the capital, Vientiane. Next here, we don't have any of these jutting mountains. We have a lot of palms. We of course have the roof rack, so we're not going to be in Vientiane. And these massive mountains, again, very forested, covered, not dry at all. Very tropical with these palms. You can see palms everywhere. Dark roofs, dark red roofs. That's not really a meta. I kind of just made it up. And this kind of soil color, which is like whitish brown. Very common in Luang Prabang. So I'll just send here, and we seem kind of near the mountains, so maybe I'll send the outskirts of Luang Prabang over here somewhere. And it was there, nice. Next, we have this distinctive red soil, as you can see, all the way over there. Very distinctive red soil. We're on a divided highway. These dry mountains, as you can see in Pakse, very dry mountains, again, because we're near the equator. Roof rack. Everything here is leading me to one of these divided roads in Pakse. And I'm thinking it's the 38, the one that I just showed you, but it could also be the 13, the more that I look at it. So we're kind of going like this on... It doesn't really make sense to the 13 unless we're like here, but that doesn't really line up either. We're like here. So I'm assuming that we're on the 38, and if we're on the 38, probably somewhere along here. Here, actually. This makes sense with the road angle. And so it's kind of curving east. It's going a bit southeast. So we're probably like, I don't know, I'm just trying to line this up. Okay. Maybe somewhere here, I'll just send. Oh, we were on the 13 actually. Of course, the one stretch in the road that makes sense with that angle. Okay. Next one. So immediately thinking of Luang Prabang here, we got a lot of palms, a lot of mountains. So here are the palms, mountains, and just very recognizable after a while. A lot of red roofs, and just a historical tip as well. Luang Prabang is a very historical city, so you'll often see a lot of historical sites, and yeah, very common there. We're kind of close to the mountains this time. I'm gonna send around the same area. Was there, nice. Okay, next round, I'm immediately thinking Savannah Cat with this very whitish soil. Oh, never mind. It's very mountainous, so we're not gonna be in Savannah Cat. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, this is interesting. I think we are still in Savannah Cat, but the mountains are just so far away. Unless it's Luang Prabang, and we have this weird... Usually I associate this very like white sandy soil, as you can see here, with Savannah Cat. And there are certain mountains in the distance, but generally like the city itself is very flat. Hold on, let's see if the mountains are. There are some mountains south. Yeah, we're probably looking at this over the border in Thai. So I would say that we're somewhere over here. And nice. Wow, we basically 5K'd. Okay, we'll play 2 more rounds, and this time I'll go a bit faster. So, car, no car, Vientiane. Nice. Very red soil, very tropical feeling, dry mountains. Pakse. Nice. Immediately thinking Luang Prabang here with all these palms. This sort of architecture is very common in Luang Prabang. And these mountains, unfortunately we haven't gotten a Veng Vieng lock, which is unfortunate. But just send Luang Prabang here. Yes. Ooh, this is Vientiane, no car, but this is an interesting kind of rural-ish road, and we're on like some sort of river south. Why am I? Okay. So I was thinking we might be like down here or something. Okay, oh, just on a different stretch. Ooh, okay, so here's a Veng Vieng block. So we have these very jutting mountains. It's very, very recognizable once you see it once or twice. So yeah, and we're going to be in the south part of the city again. So somewhere around here. Honestly, probably just 5Kable, so I'll just line something up. Basically just north-south. So we're somewhere in here probably. I'll just send here. I don't think here. Oh, okay. Okay, let's play one more game. Ooh, this is an interesting round. Oh wait, there's no car. Okay, yeah, Vientiane. I was almost thinking Savannah Cat there, but it felt weird for Savannah Cat. Okay. So again, Luang Prabang, we have mountains in the distance, palms. This feels kind of like the shopping district. Like after you see the shopping district a few times, you kind of just recognize it. And that's like this kind of part that like there's like a river here that goes along here, and then this shopping historic district actually. So I think we're just gonna be somewhere in here. Yep. Ooh, okay. So this is the only bridge that has coverage in Laos, and it's right here in Pakse. So we're going across this bridge right here, and we're closer to land on the south. So I'd say we're right about here. Let's line it up just to make sure we're not doing anything dumb. But yeah, somewhere on here. I'll just send it's probably a 5K. Okay, close enough. Again, this feels like the shopping district with all this like sort of historic architecture, palms, mountains, everything's pointing me towards Luang Prabang, and specifically the shopping historic district. Honestly, maybe the same road. We'll send the same road.